Dude, did you see who was on the Dak Shepard podcast?
Not. Don't think so. Not
Just
this
cracked a
week.
cold one there for everybody who's listening.
Who was on this week?
Anthony Anderson.
Oh, okay.
He's a guy who, like, I remember just kind of being a supporting character, like a character actor. Never really was gonna make it, and then he did like Blackish, and was like, "Bruh, all right, he's all over the place now and doing everything." So I'm really happy for him. So he had an episode there, but
yeah, I'll catch. I listened to David Blaine.
That
was an interesting one. The next one was the Anthony Anderson. I made it yet.
Yeah. Did you? What about Smartless?
I haven't listened to Smartless either. No,
bro, the man, the myth, the living legend, Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know, now that my drive is kind of short, I don't really get to listen to everything like I did when it was like 4 hours long getting to work.
I got you. And you had to drive down to Westinghouse or whatever.
Yeah. And you know, Joe Rogan takes up a lot of time too.
If I can come to this damn mic right now,
I can listen to one. Well, that's the problem. Like, I'll catch like one show where he's got like somebody that I want to listen to, and it takes me like 2 weeks to get through the whole thing because
it's like a 6-hour podcast. Yeah,
it's so long. It is so long.
Overall, man, how was your weekend there?
I'm busy weekend.
Okay, what was the busiest thing that you did? Because mine was all leisure, baby. Mine was all
was it?
Leisure.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
dude, I had a lot going on this weekend. I had to go 55. We did some new photos. Got some new photo shoot this past weekend.
Oh, snap.
Keep an eye out for that. We did a lot of work on our merchandise. There's actually some pre-order shirts out right now on the website, 55s.com.
Wow.
New shirts. Then band practice after that. And then, you know, just yard work, going to the movies. You know, all that good stuff. So
good deal.
It was a pretty hefty weekend.
Good deal, man. Good deal. I went down to Savannah for the weekend.
Okay. Nice.
Hang out with Jen. She's working down there all week. Went down there for the weekend. We kind of bounced around Savannah, had a good time.
Right.
Some good eating. Really good eating. A lot of good places to drink. I haven't been to Savannah in like before this past weekend. I haven't been to Savannah in like it was like 2011, 2012, something like that, dude, was the last time I've been. It has definitely changed. It's gorgeous. It's the riverfront. The JW Marriott is there and kind of like brought it a bunch of business. So there's a lot of things to do. You've been to Savannah recently, right? In the last couple of years? For like a show or something? Did you go down for a show or something like that?
No, I definitely did not. I've been to Charleston multiple times.
I'm just making shit up as I go, I guess. Cool. Awesome. Just lying on the pod. Keep this in.
Definitely not Georgia. Haven't been down there for any sort of recreation.
The devil has not been down to Georgia is what I'm hearing. Okay. Cool.
I don't know how I feel about that, but all right. What did he say? How did you not win? You're the devil.
Welcome to this episode of Movie in a Pod. I'm Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we're discussing shows for Predator Badlands, Fountain of Youth, in our Movie of the Week, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, or as I like to call it, ROTS. All right. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week here. I do want to say, I know we said in our outro last week that we were going to do Until Dawn. Javi reminded me, and I've been writing him all year with like reels and stuff about Revenge of the Sith hitting theaters.
Oh yeah.
But when it finally got here, I totally forgot.
I get so many anniversary of Revenge of the Sith reels in my text.
And so we pivoted because it's in theaters now. It's only for a short run. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we get it in. And that's why we're doing Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, guys. Super excited to talk about it. Saw this movie 20 years ago in theaters and saw it today again. So in theaters.
Watched it in my house like a week ago.
Nice. Hey team, we also do have some trailers coming at you here. We got a new Predator movie and then a new Guy Ritchie movie with the man John Krasinski. So super excited for these. You want to see the full reaction, some bits and stuff, check out our full reactions on our YouTube page. Click that link tree in the show notes. And like always, team, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate your support. Ooh, Predator stuff.
I didn't think you survived.
Pretty gross. Land speeder?
Doing pod racing, dog. Where's Jar Jar at?
Oh, dang.
Oh, we're not on planet Earth.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is about to be wild.
You're hunting something.
Got a laser sword.
In
It
IMAX?
can't be killed.
Give Batman 20 minutes, man. Prep time.
Yep. There's a lot happening right now.
Good God. Of course I'm going to experience that in IMAX. All right. We have Predator Badlands. IMDb states a young Predator outcast from his clan finds an unlikely ally on his journey to search for the ultimate adversary. Starring Elle Fanning as Thea and Demetrius Schuster-Colombo as Deck, probably playing the Predator himself, is my guess, because dude looked like he's about, 9 feet tall. How tall is this kid? Let's see.
It's right in.
Yeah, it doesn't have his height here, but dude, I was not expecting, like, I'm kind of thrown for a loop here because I was expecting just when Dan Trachtenberg was coming back to do another Predator movie, I thought it was going to be like in a different timeline, a different time and date from like Prey happened. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This looked like it's just like flipping it on its head. It was we're on a different planet.
Yeah, like completely, maybe not like a different universe, but definitely like not even close to the same place we were at.
Yeah, we're not on planet Earth. Like, did you see that plant thing that came to life, wanted to kill us? I don't want to see that stuff.
Might be the Amazon. I don't know what's going on down there. Always some crazy stuff going on in the Amazon.
There's the bears down there. I like worlds opening up. Now what the catch is going to be for me is like Elle Fanning, like, how the hell are you there on that distant planet? Did you get captured and now you're like living amongst them? Because that's exactly what happened to Princess Peach in the Super Mario movie with Chris, one of the Chris's. I don't even know which one it was. Right. So it's like, are we just taking that storyline and doing that? Yeah. Or what's going on? And then like, are you joining this guy on this is Predator on his journey to kill something big? Like, I want to know what the rub is. right? Because there was such a big Elle Fanning is in a Predator movie. I'm thinking the entire time, cool, her versus Predator. I like that idea. I like seeing strong women like do the damn thing.
This doesn't look like that though.
This seems like a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a teaser.
Yeah.
It was a teaser, but like regardless,
cool
I'm in. Yeah. But yeah, give me like an open world where they're able to play and like create.
Yeah.
I'm for it, man. This is a gorgeous looking movie. Just from the teaser trailer, so like I'm locked in, and I'm gonna see it in IMAX too. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, we're definitely gonna make this happen, brother.
Intense.
Team. We'll throw Predator Badlands on our socials. Let us know your thoughts. What's your favorite Predator movie, team?
It's here. I can feel it.
Ooh, here we go.
Apple TV.
How have you been?
I'll never watch this.
That might take a while. We haven't spoken in a year.
Just thought a brother would want to see his sister.
Padme.
Are you in trouble?
So why would you say that?
Oh, I don't think so.
You only call when you're in trouble.
You made somebody
Not true.
A badass roadster. I don't know nothing about cars. I don't even know if that was a roadster or not.
There's a power.
National treasure. What's happening right now?
Like a sexy national treasure.
Yeah.
One story. 5 continents.
It's like we're getting the national treasure and the mummy all mixed up into one right now. Crazy.
This is international treasure is what this is.
And which genius will explain to me why I'm here?
Keep the cat in the bag until I release it. Yeah? Great.
We're looking for the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, please, no.
What did I just say?
Tom Hall Gleason, love him.
Cat wasn't happy in the bag.
Car chase and down.
That just looks cool, man.
I can feel it.
There's a reason the fountain was hidden.
Just put him in a movie. It just gets even more sexy.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you really think you're gonna find a magic pool of water at the end of this?
I don't know. But I think you want to find
See that hat? Of course you're gonna find it.
Getting one of those for sure. Yeah, dude, I'm locked in. Bro, before we even talk about this trailer, like trailers this week, 10-10, no notes. Like whoever the guy is who's curating our trailers for the week, needs more money. Okay,
bonus.
Yes, he needs to bonus out big.
Definitely multiplying his salary.
Team, we have Fountain of Youth. IMDb says 2 estranged siblings join forces to seek the legendary Fountain of Youth. Using historical clues, they embark on an epic quest filled with adventure. If successful, the mythical fountain could grant them immortality. You know me. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. Big National Treasure fan.
Jungle Cruise.
Like
Jungle Cruise.
That one less, but I see what you did there. Give me like, well, you don't know, but like in the same vein though, give me any adventure where you're seeking MacGuffin or a thing.
Traveling
just
the
make
world.
it look, just make it look really cool and sexy. Like I'm there, bro. You have Guy Ritchie directing this, like, I don't need anything else in life. I'm good.
This is going to fulfill all your dreams here.
I want this to be like, this said Apple TV, but like I hope they do what they did with Killers of the Flower Moon, which was an Apple TV movie, is they release it in theaters, man. You got to. A movie like of this size and spec, It'd be wild if they just like release it directly to Apple TV.
Right.
Mind you, I have a 65-inch television, so it's gonna look cool, but I would rather see this on the biggest screen possible, man.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of adventure movies?
Yeah, I'm cool with them. I was a big fan of the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I
It was
wonder
a good,
why.
great time. Fareed did not mention those, but they were a great time.
Daniel Craig, dude.
National Treasures, all those travel the world, let's find the parts and the pieces and open up the secret door situations. Down.
Yeah, definitely a game for that, yo. Definitely a good time. It's like fun, man. Directed by Guy Ritchie, has Isa Gonzalez, the Tooch, Padme, Kraz, Domhnall Gleeson, Carmen Ejo. Like, I love this. It's just going to be really fun, man. Was that a roadster that he was driving? You know, I know nothing about cool vehicles.
Shelby Cobra.
That was a Shelby Cobra. Cool. Awesome. Not a roadster. Don't even know what a roadster is.
Pretty sure that was Shelby Cobra. Or they have those, and then they have like the original stuff for them, which is a Shelby Cobra, or just a Shelby. All depends on when they were built and all that good stuff. But I think it might have been just a Shelby. I don't remember. I try not to get in too many cars that don't have roofs on them. That's not really safe.
Yo, remember when I had my Jeep? You were like, "Nope, I'm good, bro. I'll walk." Javi, they got the soft top up. It's not hard enough, dog.
Yes.
Too soft for me.
Too soft for me.
What I like about this is like the pairing of Natalie Portman and John Krasinski as siblings doing the thing. And like something Guy Ritchie is really good at, man. He's really good at making everyday guys look really cool on screen. Like he's fantastic at that, because John Krasinski gives you everyday dad type dude vibes.
Yeah. He's got a very wide spectrum of aura, I guess. He's a badass one day, and then like I said, he's just a dad the next day. It's amazing.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie is definitely at it again. Pretty excited for this one, team. We're gonna throw Fountain of Youth on our socials. Let us know your thoughts, and also, what is your favorite adventure movie? Top for me is still Raiders. Raiders will never be defeated. The second Tomb Raider movie was close, guys, but definitely, guys. We'll throw this on our socials. Let us know your thoughts. All right, team. We have our movie of the week.
Wow.
We have the amazing Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, before we really jump into this movie, man.
Yeah,
man. George Lucas only directed 4 Star Wars movies. He directed all the prequels, including this, and then Star Wars 77, or you can call it Star Wars A New Hope. Nobody can do what George Lucas does with his like directing style. And I just thoroughly appreciated that more. With that being said, this movie was released May 19th, 2005 in the United States, guys, almost 20 years ago. There's a few other movies that were dropped that year. Havoc, Stay, The Cave, The Constant Gardener, Syriana, Kingdom of Heaven, and the Paul Walker and Jessica Alba team-up film Against Thanos, Into the Blue. Yeah, guys.
Nice.
They went against Thanos in one.
Such a good movie.
Such a sexy movie, man.
Very.
Made me want to go swim. I didn't, but it made me want to.
Nah, I'm not swimming.
Team, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. You'll hear me refer to it as ROTS a lot. This pod was written and directed by Mr. George Lucas.
It had a budget of $113 million and has grossed $892.2 million.
Oh yeah,
those residuals doing work.
Resids,
huge checks. Starring this, we have Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa, Anthony Daniels as C-3PO, Kenny Baker as R2-D2, Frank Oz as Yoda, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine, and Christopher Lee as Count Dooku.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Without spoiling this movie, give us a quick synopsis of this.
I'm gonna have to rewrite my synopsis if I'm not spoiling anything.
Do you, bro? Do you?
We follow.
So it's gonna be a 7-minute pod, Clyde.
We follow Anakin Skywalker through his battle with the dark side and Obi-Wan Kenobi holding his allegiance to the Jedi Order. Obi-Wan has to face his former Padawan lightsaber as Anakin fades away and Darth Vader takes over.
Damn, yeah, 1000%, man. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all. We'll get this edited and
next pod. Dude, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. For one, like, I didn't like the casting in The Phantom Menace. Because he was always just like, why Master Qui-Gon? Why this? Why? Right? The entire freaking movie.
Trying his hardest, all right?
He was, man. But like, we knew like Alec Guinness as like the one who like knew was Obi-Wan, was like sure of himself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're getting a young Obi. He has to grow. By the time that we get to Revenge of the Sith, man, this dude just knows who he is, right?
Oh yeah.
And you know, he's got the beard going. He is. I love like he has a little playfulness to it. Like, he's very serious because they're on serious missions. But even so, he has a little playfulness to his character that is like, all right, that's fun, man. That is definitely fun. Like when they're like when they're trying to go rescue Palpatine, he's like, probably a trap. And he has a little smile on his face, you know what I mean? He's just like, yo, I'm digging that, right? And that's something I didn't catch when I first watched this movie 20 years ago, but I'm learning now after several rewatches and watching it again on the big screen. Like, Ewan McGregor finally, I feel like he was finally having fun with this character.
Yeah, and I think that goes into the character of Obi-Wan as well. He was like you say, he's very sure of himself, and he's like enjoys what he's doing. He enjoys being a Jedi, and he enjoys, you know, getting to use his laser sword, right? He enjoys cutting stuff up, you know.
He drops down like to General Grievous, and it's my favorite line in the entire movie. He's like, hello there. Yeah. Like, who does that before you're about to start a fight? You know what I mean? Like,
in the middle of hundreds of droids.
Who is that giddy going into a fight right there, man? That's when you know he was Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, like there, definitely. Man. I really enjoyed following Ewan McGregor as like, remember, okay, so you know, we talked about Sinners last week and how we kind of had Smoke and Stack, right? And how we for about 20-30 minutes we followed, they had both different stories. I actually liked it that Obi-Wan went off and did his thing with Grievous, and then Anakin was, being tempted to the dark side over here. I appreciated that they separated the characters like that, to see how they move forward.
Right.
That was really cool, man. But no, he's just like, you want Obi-Wan by your side. He is there, like he's trying to follow what Qui-Gon wanted him to do, no matter how difficult it is mentoring this damn kid, dude.
Did you I can't remember, did you ever watch the Clone Wars series?
Come on, dude. You already know the answer is no.
All right. Well, that show is one of the reasons this movie is probably my favorite.
Okay.
It's you see a whole bunch of both of these guys together and separately as well, like you said, and the storylines are pretty wild.
So that's actually something I was going to ask you. At the end of the Clone Wars TV series, does it lead up to them going to have to save Palpatine? Because if it doesn't,
it actually overlaps.
Oh, really?
At the end of Clone Wars, it's more Ahsoka. So Ahsoka Tano is through the whole Clone Wars series.
Gotcha.
So that's how she got her own series. But yeah, it overlaps the Order 66.
So it even goes farther.
Yeah.
You don't see.
Like I said, we're following.
You don't
Ahsoka.
see. Okay, so you don't see what happens on Mustafar in the show.
It's all whispers because we're watching
Gotcha.
everything unfold from her point of view.
I got you there. Cool.
Yeah.
Next up, man, Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, a senator of Naboo who is secretly Anakin's wife and pregnant with their children. This has always been the weirdest relationship, these two.
Because she met him when he was a wee lad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Let's kick that to the side. Maybe George Lucas was on crack when he decided to write that. Whatever. Even though she was a young senator, like she wasn't a teenager though. She was like a full ass adult. Whatever. She is now the pregnant wife of Anakin, and in this movie, and she kind of takes a backstage to everything. You know, she was front and center in Phantom Menace, Clone Wars. She was front and center as a member of, trying to do the damn thing. This is just like protecting her is her whole thing. That's kind of like what she is to Anakin.
Right.
And it's like, I get it. You're pregnant, but like, I kind of wanted her to do more in this. There's a lot in this movie. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot in this movie, but you have Natalie Portman and you kind of give her a back seat in this film.
Yeah. I don't really think there was, I mean, there's a lot going on. I don't think there was much room for her. Because she's kind of she plays a very, very important role, which is Anakin's whole reason for everything that happened in this movie. But she got a little baby bump, so she's trying to hide. She's trying to hide it as well.
She's been chilling in the apartment the entire movie.
Yeah, the whole time, brushing her hair. That's all she did the whole time.
But like what I did enjoy from her performance, because her performance was still fantastic of what she did, is trying to reassure him, and I love it, man. She was like, "Do you ever think about like maybe it's the Senate and what like Palpatine is doing that is like kind of messed up?" She's like hinted that a few times, and he's just like, "No, never, no, it's not the Jedi way," or whatever. So I love that she provided like the voice of reason in the room a lot of the times, but he was like, "Nah, fam. The only thing I have is dreams about you dying and during birth, and I will not allow that to happen.
Right.
We got the great Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, Jedi Master and senior member of the Jedi Council. Like, I get why you have Samuel L. Jackson keep telling this kid to like go F off, because he's the one who could like do it, and like you actually be afraid. Like, he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything because I'm afraid of Mace Windu.
Yeah.
But man, you couldn't go easy on the kid at least once.
Not at all. Not one time. I mean, one part of the movie, he just looks at him. He says, "If you're right, then maybe I'll trust you." Like, Jesus, he didn't pull that punch at all.
But that's why you have Mace Windu, because literally, like 2 scenes later, he's slicing his hand out. You know what I mean? Like, that's getting kicked out of a window, getting electrified out of a window or something, man. So, like, I get it. I get those reservations, and I love to see that he had the purple lightsaber, and he just brought it against Palpatine, and could have won. He was about to win that damn fight.
You can use this guy as the bad guy, kind of, right? Like, you're not going to use Yoda as the bad guy, really. You're not going to use Obi-Wan as the bad guy.
Yeah.
But you have Mace Windu, who, Samuel L. Jackson, he can be that person pretty easily.
And he's only the bad guy in Anakin's head.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like he's actually a bad guy. It's from the perspective of
disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. But,
oh, he's an asshole. Let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean?
But he's not a bad guy. Right?
Yeah, definitely not a bad guy. He's just like, easy, bro.
Yeah.
The kid we're talking to here.
Yeah.
Youngest one in the Jedi Council. So, but yeah, like, I loved how he went toe to toe with Palpatine at the end of the movie. Man, that was really fun to watch. We got Jimmy Smits, man. Bail Organa, senator from Alderaan, just sprinkled throughout the series with the last name Organa. He's going to take Leia under his wing. Spoilers ahead, guys.
I mean, not everybody's seen the Star Wars, so
the Star Wars. That's what I'm calling it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The Star Wars.
The Star Wars. Yeah.
He pops in. He has a big role here where he is one of the senators who do not go with the plot for Palpatine to kind of like overthrow and be the Supreme Chancellor and all that stuff. So he's one of the good guys from Alderaan. The 2 characters, man, who kind of follow the entire Skywalker saga, C-3PO and R2-D2, man. I still feel rewatching these movies, rewatching all of them. I just watched 4, 5, and 6 a couple months ago, and 7, 8, 9, right? So I've watched them all this year in 2025 now. We're still like, it's from me, we're still seeing this movie from their perspective. Because either they're in the scene or they're in the scene adjacent, or C-3PO is like learning about what happened on the drive home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I feel like these movies are from their perspective. I don't have data on that. That's just my feeling. And that's how I want to believe how the Star Wars was created. So,
it's How About Your Mother? He said, only people who haven't seen Star Wars, Ted, is the characters in the Star Wars.
Because they lived it.
Because they lived the Star Wars, Ted. They lived it.
I got to break up with her. He's like, I got to break up with her. But I do like that R2-D2 had some really cool tech going on that we haven't seen before. Right? Now, what happened between Revenge of the Sith and like Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? Like his tech and everything. Because man was like flying at one point in this movie, right? He had the flight
Shocking
suit.
people
You know
and
what I
stuff.
mean? He had shocking MFers and stuff like that. Like he had some skills. He'd
Man.
lose all that.
Man gets beat up every once in a while.
He does catch an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's an
goes
older
through some
model too, so things probably just stopped working.
stuff. He's like, I'm just gonna drop this lightning arm down over here because it doesn't work no more. Gotcha.
There's no longer need to carry this. Frank Oz as Yoda. Instead of what we saw in Empire and Return of the Jedi, ROTJ, is Frank Oz like actually like Muppet him and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is all Frank Oz just doing the voice, and because he's all digital. But I love there's so much character to this Yoda in this movie. I like that we used him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw him like finally fight. Man, that's what I've been waiting for like my entire life, dude. And when it happened in 2005, I was like, what is happening right now? This is what I've been waiting for. Yes. Killing the game, man. Killing the game here.
We had our theater had a good chuckle when he goes into Palpatine's office and just kind of like force throws the two guards real quick.
Yep.
It's just funny. I don't know why. Like
I knew it was coming. I've seen it 30 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still good every single time, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most powerful, oldest Jedis on the planet, in the world, in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But caught an ass whooping, dog, by Palpatine, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the shame that like you saw like on him at the end of that, I was like, dude, that's depth. That is depth right there. And like you always want to know why he's exiled to the Dagobah system, right? That we find out back in Empire Strikes Back. But we don't know why the hell he's there in that disgusting place. Now we know. He feels a great shame for the not being able to stop Palpatine, and all his Jedis died.
Right.
With him in charge. You know what I mean? Like he's captain of the ship, and he's like, yep, I failed you all. So the other half of the coin of this movie, like, so one half of this coin of this movie is Obi-Wan's story that we're following. The other half is Anakin Skywalker's. And the best acting, he's only done two movies in this universe at this point, right? Clone Wars, not Clone Wars. Was it the Clone Wars? Attack of the Clones, excuse me.
Attack of the Clones.
I hated him. I hated Hayden Christensen. I was like, we got to recast this guy again. Hopefully they'll get another character for the third one because make him a little older because this kid is trash. But like I didn't really like him when I saw this movie in 2005. I'm like, dude, he's so bad. But like after years and years of watching this trilogy, this movie, like his character, his turn to the dark side, I get why George Lucas had him be so specific, man. Because like he was really he's a stale character. He's just not fun.
Yeah, and it kind of, I mean, to me, it's always kind of went with the fact that he's just doesn't know, like very, like as stale as the character is, it's almost like the emotions are too much for Anakin, right?
Yeah. So
every time he talks like there's so much emotion in him, he can't quite get his words out.
Like was it the second movie we were talking about like the feeling of sand and how like emotional he got about it, and it's just like, bro, We've all been to the beach. We get it, man. Okay, it gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
Like we get it, man. But how like you're right though, because he got really like emotional about that, and it's almost like he sees other. Like, he sees Obi-Wan having fun.
Yeah.
And he can't like bring himself to do that as well. Like he smiles every now and then. I don't know, man. But like I think I finally get it. It was just like he wanted to keep him as the straight man to make it easier for us to understand how he moves to the dark side.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I'm not George Lucas. I've never had a beer with the guy, but
yeah, I mean we're trying to talk our way into something here that we both know is, Hayden Christensen as the actor in the second movie was a little off-putting, but
very.
it was kind of weird. Like he came in, and all of a sudden this little kid is grown up, and now we get Anakin Skywalker as an older person, and it's like I was saying, it's like whenever he's talking, it's like he can't control any of his emotions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if that's a choice or if that's just Hayden's acting, I don't really know because I've never really watched him in nothing else.
He was fantastic in Jumper. He was in Takers. He was good in that. Like he does have a natural ability to do that. But I think it was just a choice that him and George, I call him George, we're first name basis now, like decided to go. And it makes sense now. At the time it was like, dude, this is dry ass acting. It makes sense now.
Yeah. It always felt like unstable to me. Like he was
exactly.
He was an unstable person as Anakin.
Yes. Ever since like he had to take out the Sand People like for his mom, I feel like that was like his turn. You know what I mean? And then like he came back and was a hero at the end of Attack of the Clones and all that stuff, and I understand. But this movie, man, he's like about to like he has Dooku. And he's like, I shouldn't kill him. And Palpatine's like, do it. And he's like, all right. Like, you know what I mean?
Deal, I guess.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll take a life. It's not the Jedi way, but right sure. Yeah. He's like, all right, this nigga ain't looking. Click. Yeah. But I actually appreciate his performance now. And I do want to say something here.
Mm-hmm.
A little off topic, right? So we are 2 years from the 20th anniversary of another movie.
Okay.
Spider-Man 3.
Wow.
I think it was 2007. Maybe
wow.
it might have been 2009. I don't know. Something along those lines. Are we going to have the same reverence for that movie as we do for Hayden Christensen?
You know, I'm going to be vulnerable for the pod right now.
Oh, God. Here we go.
I watch those three Spider-Mans regularly.
You like Spider-Man 3?
It's pretty crazy stories. Like, a lot going on.
Yeah.
But I don't hate Spider-Man 3. I don't hate it.
Okay.
I watch it and I just have a good time because, you know, what's going on. But it is a lot happening.
I'm following what you're putting down there.
Now, if we'll have the same reverence, I don't think so. Because, like, this movie is humongous.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, seeing in the opening scene in theater, like, remastered and, you know, how they do their thing.
2007, yeah.
Was amazing. But I just don't see that happening for, you know,
Sam Raimi's,
you know, swinging.
Best Venom ever. There's been 2, guys. There's been 2. Oh
So, yeah.
man. Okay. I don't.
Anyways,
I do not mind Hayden Christensen at this point in my life as this role. Everything made sense. I also love. It's the greatest, right? The Mustafar fight scene. And we've seen so many memes and reels and stuff about it, but the conversation, the yelling match that like Anakin and Obi have over that, like right there when he drops his cloak, I'm just like, dude, this is the this is the best. Yeah, every time that cloak falls, somebody's catching an ass whooping.
Go down.
yo, if Obi drops that cloak, y'all catching these hands, okay? Like
it's so fresh too, man.
It's got the shoulders going.
Wearing white on a volcano planet, and just sharp.
Not sweating a bit. No sweat. Not an ounce.
Definitely when the cloak hits the ground, it's next level. It's time for somebody to catch some hands. Yeah,
I really did appreciate that. He, like, both of them, man. That's just some of the best writing in Star Wars. Like, there was a lot of themes that we got in Empire Strikes Back, and that's why we love that movie. But as far as pure dialogue, and I'm gonna say it again, I've been saying it for 5-6 years now. How long have we been doing this pod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put two people in a room and have them interact with each other, right? Have them talk. There's nothing else. They don't have anything except for just their dialogue, right? And have them do that. That was fantastic. And then yes, we got an epic lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
We actually got two because it intercut with Yoda's and Palpatine's, and I forgot about that. That they intercut. But just the dialogue leading up to the Anakin Obi-Wan fight scene, man, I'm like, dude, that's acting. That's fantastic acting in a Star Wars movie, which is a great medium for acting. You know what I mean? I'm not taking anything away from it, but it almost like he upped the game as far as the dialogue in this film from the first two in the trilogy, and even like Star Wars 77.
Yeah. Well, when you catch, I know you won't watch it, but if you were to watch the Clone Wars,
one of these decades,
you really feel a lot more of this brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like the way this goes down, it hits a lot different than just watching the two movies back to back.
I got you. Did the Clone Wars happen? I know like in the Star Wars time frame, it happened in between Attack of the Clones and ROTS. But like, when did it get actually like released?
Like the actual dates of release, I don't have that information on hand.
Because this was three. Because this was
Google
three.
have it.
This was 3 years between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Attack of the Clones was 2002.
Let's see. Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
When did it start?
It is 2014.
Okay, so like years later.
Hang on. In 2013, Lucas announced the Clone Wars would be winding down. 13 episodes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 2008. I'm sorry. 2008 is. It went from 2008 to like 2014.
Okay, 7
Something
seasons, 133 episodes. Yeah, I'm never getting through that.
Good I'm just gonna go ahead and not gonna watch that.
Yeah, but that's interesting, right? So they were able to take. My point about that, just to add on what you said, is they were able to take Attack of the Clones and ROTS and the dialogue that they had as brothers that you felt in right before they fought.
Yeah.
And they were able to build upon that in Star Wars, the Clone Wars. And you said that you feel it. So it actually makes sense because there was a kinship, a brotherhood. He even says, "You're my brother, Anakin."
Mm-hmm.
You were my brother. Yeah, I loved it, man. Best fight scene in the prequels too.
Oh yeah.
Best fight scene. Ian McDermott as Palpatine, Dark Sidious. You always gotta have a bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Ian McDermott's been doing it since ROTJ, and definitely just delivers it, and just the way that he dangles life and death. Like I almost think like he like I don't know. You know more about Star Wars lore than I do, but like, did he plant those visions, those dreams in Anakin's head of like Padme dying?
I don't think so. I think that was just part of being part of the Force.
His anxiousness or something.
Yeah.
But then like knowing about it, but then kind of dangling, being able to overcome it, right? He just felt that Anakin was feeling that, you know what I mean? Like he's just a really good bad guy.
Well,
in
it
this
seems
movie.
that Anakin was real close with him and like sharing secrets about stuff.
Yeah, true.
So I'm sure he probably pieced it together pretty easily. I mean,
because there was also a scene where Anakin was talking to Yoda, and Yoda was trying to Yoda was fishing.
Yeah.
Anakin, he was trying to pull information out of Anakin. Anakin was keeping things close to the chest.
Oh yeah.
So he probably opened up to Palpatine because that was his buddy, man. You know, they played cards and shit together.
Boys, yeah.
That makes sense. But talk about like a really good bad guy. And we didn't get like him as the bad guy who kind of does, the evil doings, the works, and like sends his minions or whatever. Like he got his hands dirty, right?
Oh, yeah.
2 lightsaber fights, lightning bolted a couple people, you know what I mean? Like he did his thing.
2-0. 2-0.
I'm a Palpatine, dog. We don't lose. We up there with Michael Jordan, baby. We don't lose. 6 rings. Let's go. But I really liked him as the villain here. Yeah. That we can focus our attention to. And the whole time it was just like, bro, like every time I watch this movie, it's like Anakin. He's the bad guy. Anakin, when are we gonna come? How many times we gotta do this, bro?
At the same time, like, did none of these other Jedi like see what's happening? Like, do they not raise like gigantic concerns that we need to lock this dude up? You know,
I feel like didn't he get like all of his Chancellor powers in the second movie? I think that's what it was, right? Because it didn't happen in this movie, and that's the Attack of the Clones is one I've seen the least amount of times. But like at that point, there's nothing that they could do because they're like they're adjacent to the Senate.
He has all the power.
He has all the freaking power there. But like Mace Windu was saying it. Obi-Wan was eventually saying it, right? My man with the cone head, he looked like he was really skeptical of the Conehead Jedi Master looked like he was real skeptical of Palpatine, right? Everybody had some feelings. It's just like it was more like high school to me. It was just like, oh, you probably shouldn't be with that dude.
Yeah,
but
there's some red flags.
Javi, but what do I know? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Throw my hands up, but that's just me though.
Yeah, I left my concern here on the table. Yeah. That's all I can do.
Yeah. But no, really good villain here. And then we had like the great late Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. That's how you open up a movie, man. Yeah. With like a tier 1 baddie and a good fight scene with those guys, man. All right, man. Let's definitely talk about this movie and the look and feel, the sound, right? Sound 1 John Williams, fantastic. Say less. What I really want to talk about, though, is the depth and feel of this movie. It feels like he, over the course of, like, he gave us so much over the course of these prequels, but it seems like he did everything right in this one. Looks like he learned from the first two and was like, this is how you do a prequel movie right here, man.
Right.
This is a gorgeous film. Every scene is like coursing with like vibrant colors. Like, and everything just looks perfect. Like down to like Padme's hair. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I really like watching this film because it's beautiful.
Dude, I had my eyes on it for what is it, two and some change.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, man. The spaceship fight to go save Palpatine, man, looked just like a really fun rescue mission. That's what we got. We got a rescue mission in the first 20-30 minutes of this film, right?
We get right into it.
We get another one that we get is insurgent mission from Obi-Wan to take out Grievous, right? And then we get this humongous, ridiculous, who fights over lava? Like, what are we doing, guys? Right?
Yeah.
I feel like he was like, okay, how do I really like do something that's never been done before and will probably never be done ever again? I'm gonna have these dudes fight over lava.
Yeah, and it's also the setup too, like the setup to get to Mustafar.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of the story. It ain't just like some random place they just ended up at.
Yeah, it's not the big bad lair, right? Like, Palpatine is pawning like the separatists over there, and Grievous tells him, like, so it makes sense. That you're right about that. Definitely makes sense, and it is a part of the story. So that's very appreciative there. Instead of just being at some weird like it happened in The Rise of Skywalker. Like, they just had to go to like a random planet for a thing, and it was just like, how the hell do we even end up here? Like, why are we here? Make it make sense. And like George Lucas does in this film, man.
Yeah.
Visual effects on point. ILM is just great. Yoda looked really good. I kind of shat on it at first when I saw it back in 2005. But I now have a more appreciation for CGI.
Yeah, they can kind of, still kind of touch some stuff up, make some things look a little sharper, look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Which they definitely did for this thing to hit the theater again.
Yep. All right, man. I do have a theme here.
All right.
And it's something very common through a lot of movies that we watch is, what would you do for the one that you love, right? We've kind of talked about a lot of those movies, but on the flip side of that is Obi-Wan is like, what would you do when your best friend, your brother, you guys don't see eye to eye? Like, what length will you go to save that person or defeat that person? And I wonder, like, after, like, he got, Obi-Wan said, I'm gonna go hang out on Tatooine and look over the boy. And so he clearly knows that Anakin lives as Vader, and is kind of, doing the damn thing across the galaxy. Do you feel like you didn't finish the job? Right? Like, that's kind of what I want to know. And I guess I have to revisit Kenobi to see if that's kind of touched on. I didn't really like Kenobi as much as I should have.
Right.
But I want to kind of revisit and see if like that's like, do you feel like you didn't finish the job? You just left them there to die, but you didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember that specific. I mean, I know there's a lot of emotional parts in there, and basically, it's all. Most of the points is he is sad because he let him down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. I mean, maybe watching over Luke was the thing he could do to not let him down.
True. I'd like for me, I'd be like drinking my coffee, eating my eggs one morning, and see that like the guy that I should have finished killing has taken out 17 planets, with their big ray gun.
And is now a robot.
It is now a robot. I should have finished the job. Like that's just me, right?
Yeah.
Like I would have to live with that. And I just wonder, like, a fake character, not a real character, but like, does he live with that? Like, how does he wash his ass in the morning thinking about that? You know what I mean? Like that's important. That'd be an important thing that they could have touched on in Kenobi, and maybe they did. I'm gonna revisit it.
Yeah.
Because I do remember that they fight at the end or something like that. So, But that's kind of the two themes that I got from this, man.
Cool.
All right, team. That's our conversation about 2005's Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Let's go.
JV, give me your thoughts and ratings on this film, brother.
Yeah, this one is getting 5 out of 5 buckets popcorn from me. I was saying before, this is probably my favorite of the Star Wars movies.
Like all of them?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Like I said,
this is news to me. I'm digging this. Let's go.
Like I said, a lot of it has to do with the Clone Wars, pushing that whole storyline and following these guys more than just the two movies. I think it's just the two movies. It may not have been as like loving the character of Anakin Skywalker as much as I do. But the Clone Wars really does a fun tie-in in between these two movies that really lets you see all the stuff that they've both been through and elevates that character a lot more.
Dope.
But yeah, 5 out of 5, man. I mean, especially being able to go out and see it on the big screen again. Some touch-ups, crazy audio system in there. Just a great time checking it out again.
Good deal. For me, this was really fun to watch in theaters again, man. I haven't watched it in theaters since 2005. But it was really cool revisiting this movie on the big screen. Seeing it in the largest format with the best sound system and everything. It was like me and another guy in the theater, right? It was a midday thing. It was awesome.
Were y'all high-fiving stuff?
This is the best movie out of the prequels. In my opinion. In my opinion, it's the only opinion that matters, guys. So blah. This is not the best Star Wars film. It's still Empire Strikes Back.
We know that about you.
Damn right. Will never change. I mean, it could, but we'll see what Disney's up to.
If you just watch the Clone Wars, Clyde. If you just watch the Clone Wars,
you're getting really aggressive right now.
You would understand it, okay?
You're getting really aggressive right now. He said, I will defend this damn 170 episode show until the day I die. But it's a fantastic story, episodic story that takes place, and we always wanted to see, right, how Vader came to be.
Yeah.
The beauty of these films is just like you watch Star Wars 77 and it's like Darth Vader's here.
Yep.
We're in the middle of Star Wars, right? We're not at the beginning of the Star Wars, right? We're in the middle of it. What's happening here? Right? So we get caught up in these prequels and then we go, oh, that's the motivating factor. That's what leads into dark side. And then even towards the end, when you're first watching this film, you're like, okay, but like, yeah, he has a metal hand or whatever, robotic hand, but like, how does he get into the whole, the high ground?
The high ground.
Anakin, don't do it, bro.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, he's not going to do it this time. He's not going to jump. He's going to step off this time and keep fighting. Nope. He jumps every single time.
Every time.
Every time, Anakin. For me, man, this is not a perfect film. This gets 4 buckets of popcorn. Let's see. The one drawback is like, I wanted Samuel Jackson to drop it MF for one time. That's what I wanted.
He just needed one.
Just needed one of those. And he didn't. It was so sad about it.
That's 1 star. Right. Going.
You cut my hand off, you mother. That would have been awesome. But then also, like I said earlier, like I just wanted more. You have the great Natalie Portman. Like I wanted more from her in this film, and she took a big backseat. Once again, bloated film, right? We had the Separatists had a lot of screen time. I get it, guys.
Really did.
But 4 buckets of popcorn, still a fantastic film that I really enjoy. And it has the best lightsaber battles at the end of the movie, man. So yeah, 4 buckets.
Cool.
Thank you for sharing this week's episode, talking through Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Next week, we'll be discussing the new Marvel flick, Thunderbolts, with an asterisk.
That'll be showing at a theater near you.
Like always, I am Clyde Smith. You can find me across all socials. I am Clyde D. Smith.
I am Javier Villalobos. You can find me at all socials at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Like always, may the Force be with you. We were supposed to say that together, but Javi didn't get it. I don't know what happened, guys.
I don't know
Sorry.
what's going on.